Hello everybody, Ghostblade 1062 here with another passenger rolling stock review. Today we will be reviewing a Piko Expert Line HO scale Dums 902 baggage car from the Deutsche Bundesbahn. This is the sixth piece for my excursion train that I am putting together, and I had picked this car up at the Hobbytech booth at Supertrain 2025. And now on to the unboxing. Alright, taking a look at the box, we have our clear plastic front window that is giving us our first look at the car itself. In the top right of the box here we have the Piko logo with the Expert Line logo on the bottom center. On the bottom of the box we have an age restriction warning telling us that this product is not made for anyone under the age of 14. On the right side as well as the top we don't have any information. However, on the left side, we do have some to go off of. At the top here, we have the Piko logo. Below that, we have the product barcode. And then below that, we have the product ID, which is 59624. It is an express baggage car of the classification DUMS 902. From the Deutsche Bundesbahn Era 4. The car number is 518095-40-024-9. And then below that we have a line drawing of the car. On the back of the box, we have some information about Piko as a manufacturer, including information about their 3 tiers of product, this being an Expert Line car being part of their middle tier. And then on the right side of the back here we have Piko's contact information and address. And now opening up the box, we have the car sitting in this 2-piece plastic cradle. And we have a number of other items included, that being mainly paperwork, though we do have this baggie here with separately fitted steps, which we will be attaching during the assembly portion of the video. Also included, we have a set of assembly instructions. We have a Piko flyer advertisement booklet, or rather sheet. And then we have our little advertising booklets. And in here we see advertisements for a variety of products made by Piko, ranging from starter sets to a track to their DCC system, various locomotives and cars, as well as structure kits and other scenery materials that Piko offers. All in all, they are a very open, a very widespread brand in what they cover in the hobby. And now, taking off the top cover, we get access to our car, which is sitting in some softer plastic to help protect the paint. And it's fitting quite snugly in the box here. And it's got some good weight to it. And here we have the car. And next, what we will do is move on to the assembly portion of the video, where I will attach the steps for this car. Time to begin our assembly. We have 4 steps to add to the car, and the way that Piko has designed the assembly for this is they fit rather snugly in their designated positions, to the point that you don't need any glue to hold them in place. 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Starting with the first one here. Okay, that's number 1, and as you can see, you can pull up the car by these with how tightly they fit. Okay, almost. Come on. There we go. That's step number 2. Now for the other end of the car. Number 1. And number 2. There we go. That is all 4 steps attached to the car, which means now we're ready to start on the detail overview part of the video. Okay, time to take a closer look at the car. Starting at the end here, we have a roll-up door leading into the car itself, as well as we have our step plates here, which would fold down on the prototype to allow people to, well, staff I should say, to move between the cars. On either side we also have these tail lights, and this is repeated on the other side as well. So regardless of which direction the car is facing, either end could be the rear of the car. We also have some information printed here, but I can't get a clear shot of it to make out the details as detailed as I would like. And we have our buffers here as well. Then moving on to the side here, we have our first door with a separately painted door handle and handrails on either side. The window frames are painted silver across the full length of the car for all of the windows, and there's no overspray on any of them, which is quite nice. Then moving towards the center of the car here, we have the Deutsche Bundesbahn logo, as well as the road number, this being 518095-40024-9, and it is a DUMS 902 type car. Along the bottom here, we have our capacity information and warning labels, as well as levers for emergency air release and air release. We also have these two roll-up doors on the side here, which would be used for loading baggage onto the car. And then looking at the trucks, we got some nice detailing here for suspension, as well as the brake detailing and brake cylinders. And on the bottom here, we also have our boxes for electrical. Then looking at the other end of the car, we have much of the same detailing. Same with this side. Though on this side we do have this blanked out window here, which is where a bathroom would be. Then looking at the top, we don't really have any detailing, though we do have some smudging on the roof here, which is a bit of a shame. And yeah, this is not wiping off either. Flipping the car over, we have some nice underside detailing for the ribbing of the main frame of the car, as well as an air reservoir tank, and we can see some molded in brake line detailing, which is molded in quite finely, which is nice to see. And next, we can move on to the rip track segment of the video. Alright, welcome to the rip track segment. Here, what we will do is, to start off with, check to see if the wheels are engaged as per the NMRA standard. Starting with this front truck here. Axle number 1 is good, and so is axle number 2. Now for the rear truck. Axle number 1 is good, and so is axle number 2. So both axles are good. Now I won't be changing out the couplers, but we can see that they spring back to center without any issues, which is good. And as they are in NEM sockets, they are super easy to swap out. And now that we know the car is up to standard, we can take it over to the track for a test run as the final piece of my excursion train. Alright everybody, this concludes my review of the Piko Expert line HO scale DUMS 902 express baggage car from the Deutsche Bundesbahn. This is the final piece that I needed to complete my first excursion passenger train, of which I do plan to build 2 more, as I have 2 other locomotives that I want to run excursion trains with. That being said, the car was fairly decently detailed. The only downside is that smudging on the roof, which I'm not sure if it's from my hands or if that was pre-existing, though more than likely it is from my hands, so that is too bad. But aside from that, the writing was nice and legible. There was no overspray on the separately painted detailing around the windows and doors. It ran beautifully on the track. There was no issues in the corners. It was nice and stable. So all in all, it is a product that I would recommend for purchase. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like or a comment and subscribe for more Model Railroad content. Have a great day, everybody!